Hey everyone, my name is ThunderKathryn, and today I want to talk to you guys about lip syncing. Lip syncing can be a tedious nightmare that anybody would want to avoid. To be honest with you, I used to watch MAPs, animated movies, songs from cool shows, and I thought, how did they do that? I'll never be able to do that. Look at all of the frames. But they did do it. It exists. They did it somehow, right? So maybe I can too. Maybe you can too. So I tirelessly went to work trying to create my own breathtaking animated lip syncs, but even though I would tediously line up my frames, they just didn't look right. The mouth didn't match the sound. The process was tedious and exhausting, and after working super hard to make the scene look good, it looked awful. It just didn't work, and it ripped out my soul. I want to give you guys some quick tips because, as you know, it will make you want to pull your hair out and check yourself into an insane asylum. Stay as positive as possible whenever you're working on a lip sync scene. Starting from the bottom, there's really only one way to go, and that is up, and there's so much room for improvement. Don't be afraid to animate and draw badly. Just know that if you stop, it's never going to look better, but if you keep going, then it will improve along with you. Yes, this is going to be a tedious task, but don't let that stop you. Grab a nice drink, kick up your feet, get comfortable, listen to your favorite music, and it goes by super fast if you don't rush it and you just enjoy yourself. Whenever we get ready here, I'm going to pull a scene from the search episode 2, and then we're going to animate the lip sync together. So, the first thing I want to talk about is considering your camera angle. You have the audio ready to go, and now you're deciding, how do you want to draw your character? Should you draw a front view, a back view, a side view, a tilted view, a top view, a bottom view? You get the point. There's lots of angles. Which one should you choose? There are so many different angles, but I want to keep things really simple starting out. Let's focus on that front view lip sync. Now that we've picked out our angle, I want to talk about the mouth shapes. And picking out the mouth shapes are going to be a lot easier whenever you use lip sync charts. And a lip sync chart essentially is a chart that shows the different mouth positions your character will make whenever they're speaking normal dialogue. Before we get started, I do want to mention that we should be using an animation program that lets you have an audio track in the file. The reason that this is important is because you can easily move your mouse back and forth on the timeline to see exactly what is being said. There are a lot of programs that allow you to enter an audio file, but it won't allow you to kind of stream it when you go back and forth, and this is very important for lip syncing. You can lip sync without this feature, but it makes it a lot harder. I personally use Animate CC. At first I used Flash CS6 and it allowed me to do the same thing. There are other programs out there that do this too, so see what programs that you like that offer this and try it out. Without further ado, let's lip sync this scene from the second episode of my show, The Search. Step 1 is you're going to want to import the audio into your file. You can go into your library over here. If you don't see library, you can go to window and then you can click on library to make it view. And over here I have episode 2 part 1. So what you can do is you can click and you can drag. Automatic lip syncing. You know what? This video is pretty irrelevant. Anyways, you can click and drag the audio into the file. Now, when I pull my mouse back and forth, you can actually hear them speak. So that's really important because you're going to be able to see exactly what your character is saying, and you'll be able to easily put in their mouth movements. I think you just click right on the audio, and then you're going to see sync. You're going to see event, start, stop, and stream. Make sure you click on stream. That will allow you to actually go back and forth with your mouse, and you'll be able to have this effect, which is fantastic. First, what we're going to do is we're going to sketch out our character. Let me play this audio for you first.
This is Stu. He's our new pack member.
Try not to draw on the audio. Make sure you have this selected up here, this frame, and then you can draw up here. Now we have a very rough, awful looking sketch of Ash. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. I'm going to kill the opacity just a bit. And what I'm going to do next is create a new frame right on top of it. And then I'm going to lock that sketch underneath just so it stays. So this is very important. Whenever I draw in this character, I don't want to draw in his mouth. I just want to draw in all of the other pieces. And I'm probably going to fast forward the video here so you guys don't have to watch me struggle. Alrighty. You can see that we've got Ash. The only thing we don't have is his mouth, so I'm going to turn the sketch back on, and then I'm going to create another layer and another new frame above that layer. And what this layer is going to be, you probably guessed it, it's going to be his mouth. I honestly don't like the way it looks, so I'm going to kill the sides of his mouth a little bit. I'm just going to add kind of like a gentle side for his mouth. I'm also going to fill in his nose just to get it out of the way. I think it would look better if his mouth was a little bit shorter. It's like listening to someone yell at him or something. Let's talk about the very first mouth movement that he should make. And I'm going to scrub so I can get the right sound. So as you can see, he's making a sound from this. This is stew. It happens about right here because you can hear it click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new frame right there, and then this cool little tool is a little onion skin so I can see the previous frame. So whenever he's saying in this, I'm going to move his mouth a little bit wider like this, and he is going to make a little sound with his teeth, and his chin's going to move down just a little bit. It's obviously not going to go from this mouth to this mouth. There needs to be something in between. So I'm going to create another little frame, and then I'm going to put the onion skin on where it reaches both frames, and then I'm just going to draw right in between. This is the part that really makes your animation smooth. So make sure you add those in betweens, as unnecessary as they look. So that crack that you hear is actually the I in this, because there's an S right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this frame back. So right here he's saying eh. So he's saying tss, which is just his teeth being together. So I'm going to pull his teeth together here. Honestly, at this point, I think you guys get the idea of how I lip sync, and I'm going to keep doing that throughout here. And I'm not going to make you guys watch me do it. I'm going to speed this up just a little bit, and then we will reconvene when I'm done with this scene. I want to show you guys what the scene looks like now after doing the tedious lip syncing that I did.
This is Stu. He's our new pack member.
Okay, as you can see, it's a bit off. So there is one thing that you can do that will relatively fix this scene, and that is move all of the frames over to the right. Just a little bit. You want it to be a little bit before the sound is made. So what I recommend is get it as close as possible and do your entire scene. And then whenever your entire scene is done, go ahead and select every single frame and then move it over just a little bit before. And then whenever we play it again, this is what it looks like.
This is Stu. He's our new pack member.
As you can see, it's a lot more synced. It looks a lot better. And there it is. That's pretty much how I lip sync from start to finish. If your scenes still don't look very good, I don't know what to tell you. Just draw some really big cowboy mustaches on your characters when they talk and just kind of wiggle the mustache and just call it a day. Or just never show their mouths. Just have them constantly facing away from the camera. Anyways, in all seriousness, if you keep practicing following the lip sync chart and just push forward, your scenes are going to look better as you go. I guarantee it. That and slapping a like on this video. That will help your lip syncs improve. I guarantee it. I'm not joking. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with my animation tutorials and all the other videos that I'm doing as well. If you like my t-shirt, I actually designed it. You can buy it on my website. Thank you guys for watching, and happy animating.